Τι κάνεις εκεί, παιδί μου?
Πέταξε ψάρι, ξέρεις, ένας γλάρος πέταξε ψάρι μέσα στο ηφαίστειο και μετά βούλωσε η τρύπα και δεν μπορούσε να αναπνεύσει ο γίγαντας και τον έπιασε ο βήχας και ξετινάχτηκε το ηφαίστειο.
This movie will tell you the story of Santorini Island, located in the Mediterranean region of the Aegean Sea, within the group of islands called the Cyclades. The Greek island of Santorini is both an ancient and a modern legend. It poses as many unanswered questions to modern scientists as it did to the ancient Greeks. Its beauty affected Hellenic mariners and still attracts waves of international tourism. Its splendid and ageless frescoes from a vanished civilization move and astonish artists around the world. Its history contributed to ideas of the mysterious land of Atlantis and the disappearance of the Minoan civilization. What is the mysterious force that shaped and exposed Santorini the way we see it today? Where did it come from? How does it reveal itself? During the past 17 million years, the African continent was moving north, where it collided with Eurasia. The zone of collision produced many volcanic islands belonging to both Greek and Turkey. That area of collision is also known as Aegean Volcanic Arc. Santorini Island is one of the volcanic islands located within the region of Aegean Volcanic Arc. During the first stage, the volcanic island was born in the sea by the magma pushing up. During the second stage, the magma reached the top and huge volcanic eruption took place. After this eruption, the upper part of volcano collapsed because magma chamber was emptied. This is how the caldera was born and filled with water. Later on, inside this lagoon, two new islands were born, Palea Kameni and Nea Kameni, by the new magma rising up and forming new volcano. In this view, you can see a volcanic cone in the center of the picture, and the cone is surrounded by water. Lower on the foreground and in the background, you can see a rim of caldera surrounding the new volcanic island. The volcanic island is called Nea Kameni. Behind him, there is a slightly visible another volcanic cone. Is called Paleo Kameni. These geological settings created unique and splendid environment for visiting tourists and island inhabitants. What are specific features of the island and its environment?
My name is Nicholas Valvis. I am the head of the conference center here and of Mr. Peter M. Nomikos Winery. And as I was telling to Mr. Yuri before, the volcano was a disaster, but at the same time is a blessing for the island. The whole area can be cultivated. The products are very delicious, are very nice. They have accustomed themselves to the difficult climatological conditions of the island because there is no water. and the rainwater is very, very limited, and they are surviving by the moisture which is created during the difference of temperature of day and night. In the old times, they were taking a glass of water and they went in on the top of a plant and they were washing themselves. So the water will not be spoiled. It will irrigate a plant. The next one, the mother was doing on that plant, the father on the other, the children on the next, and so on, and they were irrigating at the same time the plants.
Mr. Hatzidakis winery produces premium quality organic wines. The volcanic soil of Santorini allows him to grow grapes without the use of chemicals and pesticides.
The place here is a small winery. It is a cave under the soil, digging in the soil, so it is very fresh. Types of wine were made in the past, in that time. The Nichteri, it's a white dry wine, high alcohol degree and strong character. Make a dessert wine, they call it Vinsando. So the name of the Vinsando is the Vino Santorini, the wine of the Santorini. And also the name of the product, the other Nichteri, that in Greek means night. Night in Greek is Nikta. So working at night, we make Nichteri.
Santorini today is a gorgeous island, one of the main touristy attractions in Greece. But the sleeping giant under the island guards his possessions, and somebody has to keep a close eye on him. Yanis Kotiadis from the Santorini Volcanological Observatory keeps his hand on the pulse of the volcano by maintaining a monitoring system.
Hello everybody, my name is Yanis Kotiadis and I work for the Institute of Monitoring of the Santorini Volcano. Our institute is established in this island from 1996 and myself is working in this institute from 1999. We have different networks and we are able to collect data from the sea level monitoring. Means that we continuously monitor the sea level at 5 stations that we have around the caldera. The CO2 flux monitoring, the seismic monitoring. We have 7 seismographs scattered on Santorini complex and 1 on the nearby island of Ios. We have the temperature monitoring, continuous monitoring at the deep well in Palea Kameni and at the top of Nea Kameni Island. Geochemical monitoring, periodically geochemical sampling of Santorini hot springs well and fumaroles. Ground deformation monitoring, microgravity monitoring, it's 18 steady points. Here we have the map of Santorini Island. We have Santorini, we have Thiracia, we have Nea Kameni and Palea Kameni. With the different colors, you can see the different networks that we have.
To pick up the earliest signs of volcanic activity, the island has a system of seismographs. They record slightest earthquakes on the daily basis.
One is located in Ia, one is in the Nea Kameni, where is the volcano we're going to visit tomorrow. This one is in Akrotiri, and this one is in the island of Therasia. This is one, it's here. You will see the seismograph here.
Thin needles register oscillations and record earthquake signatures. There are two main waves accompanying earthquakes, primary P and secondary S waves. Secondary waves are the most destructive.
A small earthquake. Here starts the P, and about here we have the S. The same thing, you can see it here in this one. Here we have the P, and here where it's a little bit lighter, it's located the S.
Via telemetric system that links antenna and seismographs, data recorded every day.
Antenna are pointed to the station. For example, this one, it is pointed to the station of Akrotiri. The other one, it's in Ia. This one, it's in Therasia, and the other one, it's in the island of Nea Kameni, where is the volcano.
The echo of previous earthquakes and eruptions from 1950s is still in the memory of local people. One of the people who remembers an earthquake and volcanic eruption from the 1950s is a fisherman from the village of Akrotiri on the southern part of the island. He was a young boy when the earthquake and eruption occurred, and now he runs a small fishing tavern on the shore.
Με λένε Μαθαίο, Αλεφραγίτου Νικολάου.
My name is Mateos Farakadis. I was born about 1940s, and when the earthquake happened, I was 16 years old. It was summer, and we used to work in the fields, growing tomatoes and grapes. I remember that those days were very difficult. We didn't have food, no water. The government sent us food and water from the air. It was a very difficult time for us. Most people from Santorini left for Athens, either alone or with their families. In the 1980s, many returned when Santorini started attracting tourists. When the earthquake happened, we tried to find shelter. Then the volcano created noise and smoke, and many stones fell down. 3,600 years ago, a few hundred meters from Mateo's restaurant, the ancient city of Akrotiri was completely buried under volcanic ash during one of the most violent volcanic eruptions in human history. The volcano left to us, preserved under the ash, the remnants of the city and the oldest and most beautiful frescoes. Though a disaster for ancient people, the volcano gave us a precious gift, a link to our own culture and heritage. The geological formations of the island record the events that took place about 3,600 years ago. The eruption occurred in several stages, recorded in a series of volcanic layers. These stages allowed people from Santorini to escape. So far, no human skeletons have been found in excavated ruins. During the first stage of the eruption, volcanic ash and debris were thrown high in the air. Heavy rocks like this flew 15-20 kilometers from the volcanic vent. Along the coastline near the village of Akrotiri, the beautiful patterns of the pyroclastic flows are exposed because of the shore erosion. Pyroclastic flows occur during the second or third stage of the eruption, when hot gases and ash form dense cloud that moves fast along terrain, burning and destroying everything on the way. Nobody can survive these vicious flows of fire and dust. The patterns of gas and dust movements are imprinted forever in these rocks, serving as a silent monument to the grandiose forces of nature. These are silent messages to the human race from the God of fire. That eruption was one of the strongest recorded in human history for the past 10,000 years. In history it is known as Minoan eruption because it coincided with the fall of the late Minoan civilization on Crete. Soon after the eruption on Santorini, the Minoan palaces in Crete were abandoned. This highly developed civilization that has left fascinating palaces and architectural designs vanished, and even its language changed. The ancient stones silently keep their secret. This mystery is still waiting to be resolved. What caused Minoan people to leave? Catastrophic tidal waves or climate change? Let's look closer at the sleeping giant and try not to disturb him. We will take a trip to the island of Nea Kameni and look at the geological settings of the 1926 and 1950 eruptions.
Go from here, this is Erinia, and we will stop here in the middle of the island, where is the crater, the lava of 1950, the most recent eruption, the lava Liatsika. We go there.
The crater's diameter is about 25-30 meters. It is filled with the debris of volcanic rocks and still has signs of the earth breathing deep underneath from multiple fumaroles and holes. Gases coming from these fumaroles contain carbon and sulfuric components. It is important to check for any change in their concentrations. In large amounts, they become poisonous and kill their victims instantaneously. The monitoring device is an electronic gas analyzer. Data goes through an antenna to the main computer located on Prophetis Ilias mountain. Sometimes precious monitoring equipment gets vandalized by curious tourists. The volcano is hot and surface measurements show the difference between temperatures inside holes and fumaroles and the temperature on the surface of the volcanic cone. The surface temperature measured at the ground is reaching 85 degrees Celsius. The temperature measured near fumarole gives a reading of 94 degrees Celsius. In this almost moon-like environment, nothing can survive besides grass and small plants. The water surrounding the volcanic cone contains iron and sulfur oxides that paint the sea bottom with rusty and yellow colors. When will the sleeping giant awaken again? How big will be its impact on the island? Will people escape like their ancestors 3,600 years ago? This success will depend on good evacuation plan and volcano behavior. The god of fire and god of life is volcano. Like Mr. Valvis said, it is both a disaster and blessing for people. It gives us fear and food, provoke thinking and art. How do we manage our life and reach the harmony with it is our choice and mission.